Alright, so in this video I will discuss bilabial sounds, and I need to discuss bilabial sounds because this video is for Japanese speakers who are studying English. Alright, so in one of my videos I discussed nasal sounds, and you need to understand nasal sounds, and this is why. Most Japanese speakers do not understand the difference between the pronunciation of sin and the pronunciation of sing. So the pronunciation of sin and the pronunciation of sing are not the same. Of course, if you are an English speaker, you would readily know this. You would readily understand the difference between the pronunciation of sin and the pronunciation of sing. However, if you are a Japanese speaker, most probably you cannot distinguish the difference between the pronunciation of sin and the pronunciation of sing. So what you need to understand would be nasal sounds, and these are nasal sounds. Okay, the M sound, the N sound, and the NG sound. And if now if the M sound is at the beginning of a word, then Japanese speakers and English speakers understand the difference between one M sound and between one nasal sound and another nasal sound. For example, met and net. A Japanese speaker and an English speaker have the same understanding. However, if the nasal sound is at the end of a word, for example, sing, sin and sing, an English speaker would understand the difference between sun, and some. But to a Japanese speaker, these two are not the same. Okay, and in one of my previous videos, I discussed the differences between these three nasal sounds. Right. So the M sound is a nasal sound. It is also a bilabial sound. The M sound, the N sound, and the NG sound are all nasal sounds. They are all nasal sounds because air comes out of the nose, and air doesn't come out of the mouth when they are pronounced. So they're called nasal sounds. Now, the M sound is a bilabial sound, the N sound is an alveolar sound, and the NG sound is a velar sound. Okay. So for now, if you don't know the meanings of alveolar and velar, don't worry. I created two videos discussing alveolar sounds and velar sounds. So if you haven't watched them, search my channel and you'll find videos about alveolar sounds and velar sounds. For this particular video, we're going to discuss bilabial sounds. Okay. First and foremost, let's discuss the meaning of the word bilabial, bilabial as a word. So bi means two. Bi means two. For example, I don't know if you have heard of the term bicentennial. And bicentennial means two every 2 years. Okay, one more per every 200 years. Bicentennial means every 200 years. Century means 100 years, so bicentennial means every 2 years. Now, have you ever heard of bi-weekly newspapers? So a weekly newspaper is a newspaper published every week. A daily newspaper is a newspaper published every day. Now, if a newspaper is published every 2 weeks, you call that kind of newspaper as a bi-weekly newspaper. So bi means two, weekly, of course. A bi-weekly newspaper, that's a newspaper published every 2 weeks. So bi means two. Labia means lips, okay? Labia means lips. So let's study the word labia just a bit. Okay. All right. So here's the meaning of. So labia means lips. Okay. Now, labium is the singular form of labia. So labium means one lip. Labia means more than one lip. Another example would be boy. Boy is a singular form. It means one boy. Boys is the plural form, and it means more than one boy. It means two or more boys. Another example, child. Child is a singular form. Children is the plural form. So child means one child. Children means more than one child. Here are other examples, just to show you a pattern. So millennium means 1,000 years. Millennium means 1,000 years. Millennia means more than one millennium. Maybe two millennia, 3 millennia, 4 millennia. So if it's just one, you say 1 millennium, 2 millennia, and so on and so forth. It's the same with this one. 1 labium, 2 labia, 3 labia. So 3 labia means 3 lips. 1 labia means 1 lip. And it's the same for bacterium and bacteria. I think you're already familiar with this word. Bacteria means 2 or more. And curriculum and curricula, the same thing. So these are all singular forms. These are all plural forms. All right. Now that's about the word bilabial. Now let me show you examples of bilabial sounds. So these are examples of words containing bilabial sounds. So there are 4 bilabial sounds enumerated here. One bilabial sound is the M sound. And the word man starts with a bilabial sound. It's the same thing with the word met. It also starts with a bilabial sound. And the last sound of the word name is a bilabial sound. Okay. Now these sounds are called bilabial sounds because you use your two lips, or your two lips are involved, or your two lips are used when when you pronounce these sounds. Another example would be the b sound. So boy, bat, and bet. All these words start with a bilabial sound. B, b. So as you can see, I'm using my two lips. B, b, b. Or they are directly involved. And for the M sound, you say man, met, and name. As you can see, my lips are directly involved. Same with the P sound and the W sound. W. Pet, pot, and play. So these are called bilabial sounds because you use your two lips. Okay? Those are bilabial sound. Those are bilabial sounds. Now, so let's go back to what I said earlier. Now, sin and no, let's look for another one. This one, hen and hem. Hem. Now, when I say hem, the last sound is a bilabial sound for this one, hem. However, for this one, the last sound is the N sound, hen. As you can see, I do not close my lips. For this one, I say hem. My lips are closed when I pronounce the last sound. But for this one, hen, my lips are not closed when I pronounce the last sound. So this one is not a bilabial sound, okay? And this sound is an alveolar sound, and I will discuss the I will discuss the alveolar sound in another video. Okay. So those are bilabial sounds. Those are bilabial sounds.